because he dared to be a member of the American Indian movement. He dared to stand up to defend Indian people. And so we have a representative all the way from Lawrence, Kansas, from the Leonard Peltier Defense Committee International Office, Chris Ross. Please put your hands together for me.
It's an honor to be here in front of all you people that have come together with a common vision. And that common vision is to pull the wool from away everyone's eyes of this so-called democracy. And we stand here as members and representatives of the Leonard Peltier Defense Committee with his blood kin, his daughter, Marquita Peltier, right here. And we come to the distinct understanding that the United States has never had an agenda other than extinction for all indigenous peoples, as well as poor people. And we know for a fact that all of our people, all of our indigenous people, that means from all the way up in Alaska to Tierra del Fuego, the outlying islands, and anybody who's ever been a victim of colonization across the world, including our Middle Eastern brothers and sisters, our people in India, our people in Africa, our people in Asia, even our people in Europe. We understand the effects of colonization amongst our people very succinctly, because we have to see his daughter every day and see the things that she has to go through. Because this government did not just take 26 years of Leonard Peltier's life, they took 26 years from his family, from his friends, from his loved ones, from anyone that ever believed in justice for indigenous peoples on this continent. And we come today to say that we will use this spirit of solidarity to free Leonard Peltier, to free Mumia Abu-Jamal, to free H. Rap Brown, and any brother and sister who has ever faced this government that has disguised its racism as economic development, as gentrification, as the means in which they suppress people and the truth through murder, misinformation, manipulation of the media, and their so-called legislation. I find it odd that a country that claimed it needed God in the hour of 9/11 calls for the death of millions of innocent people in Iraq right now. And I think it's time that we set the example and stand together and say no more. No more George W. Bushes, no more Cheneys, no more Rumsfelds. We are tired of your bullshit so-called democracy. It is in this spirit, this warrior spirit that we all carry, that we will do it in our different ways, some through prayer, some through legislation, and some through upfront action. And we need to support each other despite our ideologies, and stand and say that I support my brothers and sisters despite the tactics that they use to create freedom on this continent and across the world. And I think it's time that we've addressed issues across the nation. We had people go over to Chechnya. We had people go over to Somalia. We had all these things going on, but meanwhile, the people in Chiapas, the Zapatistas, were having to battle the government for the will to live. There's something seriously wrong when they send troops to fight a genocide overseas when we have one right in our own backyards. And it is in this spirit, as the youth of today, that we have formed the Peltier Indigenous Justice Alliance. And that means indigenous people across the world, despite color barriers, all indigenous peoples, any victims of colonization. If you need our help, we will lend it in solidarity and with a distinct heart and understanding that we will stand until the day we die on the back of real justice and freedom. So So we thank you, brothers and sisters, through the generations who have provided the example to us of how to stand true, how to stand strong, and how to have a clear mind when we approach our enemy. And make no mistakes about it, these buildings we see around us, they house our enemy. And we need to understand that we are going to have to take it every day as a battle to create the awareness that is necessary to get the people to rise up against these people and say, we are tired of your ways, it can last no longer. I'm very thankful for everybody that's here today. And in the spirit of Leonard Peltier, in the spirit of Crazy Horse, and in the true spirit of freedom, I'm truly grateful. Miigwech. I hope.